Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the AI Interconnect Podcast. This is the show where we meet the mind behind real transformation, the ones rethinking how technology, design, and AI come together to move businesses forward. Today's guest is Khunshan Ahmad, co-founder, CEO, CTO of EvolveDash. EvolveDash isn't just another software company. They lead end-to-end digital transformation through a design, build, and growth, delivering platform, AI, and cloud solutions that actually ship and scale. Kansham, welcome. Great to have you here.
Thank you, Aaron. Nice talking to you again.
Wonderful. Always enjoyed. And let's start at the beginning. What was the spark behind Avaldash, and what were you seeing that made you commit to this kind of end-to-end model?
Thanks, Lauren. So my journey started like long back, like when I was like really young, and I was really fascinated with computers and everything. And then there was a summer camp in my school, and that's how I get introduced to the programming at that time. So eventually, with my university and everything, I started software engineering as my profession. And that's where everything started for me. I've spent years building systems and products, and I have always been fascinated by how technology can move, you can say, it can remove friction from the people's life. And that mindset eventually shaped EvolveDash. And today, EvolveDash operates across the North America, including Canada and US and in South Asia, specifically Pakistan. And we have built this company very differently from the traditional tech firms out there.
Okay, great. Okay, then you're a nerd. Okay, then okay, then did you feel like businesses were being let down by fragmented digital services?
100%. Not just that, but just after COVID, there is a big turning point I see in the industry, and things have changed like forever now. So not just that the clients wants the complete end-to-end services, including digital services, which include the cloud development, mobile development. And now we have Vision OS, spatial computing, and AI is is now a layer in every software, every platform you expect you use, that it has some kind of AI capabilities. But not just that, the work culture has changed also. Like people now want more hybrid flexibility, autonomy, and meaningful work. So the traditional companies, like the big companies, I don't know, I can name them, but the company like the traditional old firms, you see they lay off people all the time, and the reason is because they are not adapting the basic structure now, and they were too rigid, and that's what Evolve National separates itself from other companies for the clients, but also the work culture we have here.
Yeah, definitely. You position Dash around a complete digital transformation from UX to cloud deployment to AI. Um, how does that play out in your actual work with clients?
Yeah, 100%. We have these verticals that the the subtitle, the motto of our brand, the vision you can say is to provide design, build, and grow. So we have these three services. Like we help sometimes when we start working with the clients, we help with the ideation, we help with the designing. When we come to software design, we have the UI, UX, we have the UML diagram, like design models, we have to work with class diagrams, we have to work with use cases, etc. So we start with the discovery phase, with the ideation phase, and the design phase. So that's the first thing we believe, that we should help all of our clients to streamline their process before jumping right into the execution, which is the development part. In the development, we have all the verticals available, which includes the machine learning and AI solutions. We have since like the first iPhone, we have the mobile apps development skills. We have a very senior team with mobile apps, like decades of experience. We have engineers of that capability. And even not just that, we just keep our skills sharp. We have the VNOS and spatial computing and automation you see nowadays with and other technological advances you have seen post-COVID. We have these tools all the time with us. And not just that, we are a quality first engineering partner as well. That's what we say, that when we are working with you, we that what's make us different, that we are not a traditional company again. We have these capabilities to work on the latest technological trends out there, products out there, and high-end engineering services with our specialized expert team. Yes. So AI, mobile, VNOS, web, automations, all of these services. That is part of the build part. And then we have the growth part as well, where we have our digital marketing team, which helps with SEO, digital marketing services, social media, PR, public relations, and further on, like getting featured, getting mentions. So every other thing that you need with the marketing to be right with your, regardless you are running founder led sales or you are running a GTM strategy. So we try to provide 360 services. And I think that's what every good loyal company with their customer should do. And we are trying to achieve that as much as possible. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the 360 company. I love that phrase. And your motto then is, or your approach is design, build, and grow. You mention it, and okay, uh, then the design, it's fine. Build is focus on speed, scalability, and flexibility, and I'm sure the three. And how do you ensure real adoption and growth at the end of the cycle?
Yeah. So again, what we are doing actually, the design build grow part. I get to hear like most of the time we see like, okay, there are the companies who are doing this, and we get like dozens of other companies, we know dozens of other companies join this and that. So what's more important is that when you work with us, your growth is guaranteed because we are way different from the traditional firms, and that is something that distinguishes us, and that is the footprint in all the strategies we have. So instead of relying on massive management layers, instead of rigid processes and huge offices and such footprints and expensive overheads, that slow down the decision making. That slow down the your team is never lazy. You have to give them the right KPIs and right set of tools. So when we have this kind of mentality, we have this kind of core values, when we have this kind of ethics in our team, that's how difference us with other companies, and that's how we help our customer with their growth. And that's why I said that we are able to, because we have three steps, like we have the design, build, grow. So our customers are like with us for years now. Like they want to stay with us even when they are at the growth part. So that reflects like people believe us that their growth is with us. We help them with the growth part, and they eventually, even we have helped them to raise funds. We have helped our clients to have angel investors get in panel. We have helped our employees to get incubated in business incubators. So we have done that, and that's all part of the growth. So regardless you are bootstrapping your company or you're looking for a MVP or a very basic level of first version of your product, which you want to further take to VCs, incubators, or angel investors, we have all these kind of portfolio, and we have worked like every client is different, and we have worked with them. And I think they all are very happy. That's why we have a 5 by 5 rating on Clutch.
Okay, yeah, I love it. Okay, then let's talk tech. How are you using AI and cloud platform to create not just digital tools, but intelligent systems?
Yeah. So we have mostly used all the latest technologies in the in the artificial intelligence domain, not limited to generative AI, agentic AI, agents. And we have launched a few products for our clients. They include some sort of AI co-pilots for. There was a project where we had AI co-pilot for the operations, and then we have used the AI to help with the uh, to for the recommendation system. So in one project, we eventually developed a recommendation system based on with the technologies like vector database and RAG and the basic LLM models. So recommendation system helps a lot, and the system, well, it's actually confidential, but I can share some bits of that. that we had to fetch the latest details, real time details from the internet. And that becomes augmented in the existing expertise of the model. And based on that, whenever a user logs in to see the portal, he can see all the best recommendations. And this is actually the Copilot feature for that. And that saves a lot of time for the end user because otherwise he has to like manually scroll, find out the latest details, and then select okay what he wants to do that, who wants to do there for the marketing project, you can say. So we have implemented such kind of co-pilots, and we see that not just the vision OS and spatial computing are is actually not so mainstream, but it also has a lot of future, like in the next 12 months, you can say, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. And where do you see the biggest gains right now for from integrating AI into platforms?
So AI is actually it's now it's not a separate system anymore. It's like a layer which you have everywhere in all the services you see nowadays. So from data collection to data intelligence. So most platforms today collect data, but you know, data was always there. But now data got a meaning. So the systems we develop now, they understand the data. So this is what AI you can see is part of almost all the living projects we have nowadays. So that includes like the trend detection. So we can say pattern recognition. So, or maybe when we talk about generative AI, we have like instant summaries. You see, like in Gmail, you have Gemini. So things like that, that you can see instant summaries, or you can predict what's the next reply you can write instead of like doing it yourself. So that's a massive leap, you can say, that every system today is now has this AI layer, and that makes system like not a dummy data system, no more a CRUD database, but instead it's a fully system that understands its data, and that not only helps to make manual. Previously, it was a lot of human to interpret the data and what to do next, the manual decisions, and now AI tells them in our system that what is when you use AI, you in every system at the layer level, it tells like, okay, what is happening, why it's happening, what's likely to happen. So what next you should do and what you should do about it. This reduces the decision fatigue overall and speeds up the operation across the board. And that's why I think that AI is not more a choice. It's more like a 24/7 advisor in every system, in every operation. Yeah.
Definitely. No, definitely. Of course. Okay, then let's move on to clients and markets. And what can what kind of company comes to you? Are there certain industries or growth stage where your model fits best also?
Yeah. So we take mainly two type of clients. One is the management companies, business companies. We say they are running businesses like real estate business, property business. They are managing properties. They are managing tenants. They have spreadsheets, a very setup of disconnected systems using Excel, Word, PowerPoints, and there's no real-time visibility, analytics, or performance. So for such businesses, we try to give them a solution that gives them clarity and that help them to remove manual work as much as possible, and something that can accelerate the decision making for them. And we try to unify the data for them. So they are the business projects, and we like the scale you can say is there are firms of different sizes, and yeah, so they just come to us as a consultancy, and they just want technology to help them, and without huge onboarding or huge setups like existing softwares are out there. The second kind of customers we got are mainly the startups and the tech companies, and they're mostly from North America. We get a lot of startups, and we help them scale up. They need normally AI development, mobile apps, so they come to us for because of our lean, fast, agile, and deeply technical and expertise we have. So they come to us because of that. They actually the startups nowadays they just hate the slow and bloated enterprise system. So they like to work with companies like us, and they are typically at early stage and sometimes at Series A or B stage, or in the Sometimes we have companies that are established, but they are adding AI capabilities or adding mobile capabilities. So that also another domain we work with. So mainly we have, in a nutshell, two kind of companies. One is like the businesses out there. You're running property business, you're running car business, stuff like that. And the other, the ICP, the ideal customer profile for our clients is the startups and tech companies who don't want to go to the bloated, slow companies and they want a lean company. So yeah, these two.
Okay, yeah. And how do you tailor your model across sectors like real estate, fintech, health?
Yes, yes, we have worked with wellness and health. We have worked with the edtech, educational sector as well. We have worked with the businesses like golf courses, sports lounges, and entertainment industry. We have worked with marketing software as well. Fintech is something we haven't really worked so far, but we would love to explore that because with the fintech you need a bit more. It's critical because you cannot every zero matters in finance. So yeah, fintech is something we want to explore. Yeah. But eventually, our spectrum is at this level that we have developed solutions. Because from the technical side, it's just a piece of code. So the code doesn't know I'm going to use in educational sector or I'm going to use in, but we have worked with everyone. And we
Okay.
try to build fast and deliver high quality and keeping the cost lower. And definitely by high quality, I mean the AI expertise and thinking about the product and try to, try to do rapid engineering cycles. So clients come to us when they want outcomes, regardless of the domain they are from. They are from ed tech or health tech. They just come to us for engineering, to be the partner in engineering. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing. Okay, then if I can ask, can you share a real world use case that shows your design, build, grow loop in action?
Yeah, we
Could
I
you?
think yeah, actually we have this. I can give you an example of a product we've been working on lately. It's a huge platform you can say because it's called VAST VAST. So that includes 5 apps. So you can see it's like a suite of apps. And one app is related to well-being that everybody feels challenges and everybody wants to see like how they can overcome challenges. Like they have anxiety, they have depression, so stuff like that. And for that challenges, the system provides well-defined quests and medias. And to provide medias, we have another system, and that's called the discovery system. And for the in the discovery system, we have a crowdsourced media, and then there is a smart AI system that figures out like, okay, so we have a very huge, like you can just imagine like IMDb of books, IMDb of visual data, not just IMDb, but you can say IMDb on steroids. So we have this system, discovery system, which has crowdsourced huge data of books, movies, podcasts, and all the great information out there. And we have a crowdsourced database of that. Then we have this system where people feel challenges, and our AI actually helps them that, okay, we want to figure out like this guy who is facing anxiety, what books I can suggest to him, or what movies I can suggest to him, or what podcasts I can. So that auto creates with the human, finally, the human basically overall supervising the whole procedure because it is related to well-being. But this is the system we have been working, and we designed this system for our client, including the UI UX thing. The vision was of obviously for the client. I don't want to take the credit of that. But we designed the interface, we designed the experience for that, we designed the mobile version, we designed the web app version, we designed the web portal. And now the system is actually a bit successful with the B2C version. We are now developing the B2B version. And we are now helping with the growth phase by helping with the funding part for our client. So you can understand like this is the magnitude or size of the work our team is handling, and I think we've been such clients with years, and definitely uh, we are in a loop and we are taking the actions regardless at what stage build, design, grow the customer is. And that's how we demonstrate to all Dash operates and how the clients benefit from our model here.
Wonderful. I love it. Okay, then this type of work isn't simple. What has been the most challenging part of growing EvolveDash?
Yeah, that's a trick
Many,
question. Yeah. So actually, I can say for us, the hardest part isn't the technology because engineering and technology is something we are really good at. So the real challenge is, translating. I can mention two challenges. So the first is like translating the human chaos into clean systems, like the structure process, as I mentioned, that we are not like traditional bloated farms. And you see they lay off people all the time. So we have very smart how we don't have like different heads. We try to keep our flat hierarchy. And then we have this, we avoid scattered spreadsheets and disconnected tools. Considering we are a technical company and the email and the groups and the legacy habits. So we first try to avoid that. So the first thing we try to do is like, okay, we know how the tech, we know everything. So the first thing is that we structure the process we have here. So that was the first challenge. And again, every company knows their process, but until they map it. So it took some time for us, but once we start digging, we find out that what steps and how to maintain the ownership and how the workflows and how to pass manual work. So and convincing teams to let go of old habits as well. So keeping the team like employee often resist change, not because they don't like the technology, but because they think that change is like risky. They fear transparency sometimes. New systems have bottlenecks. It's not easy to use them. So they just employees start putting out fires instead of preventing them. So that's where our approach matters, that we keep things simple and intuitive, and the adoption become natural, not forced. The second thing is about hiring. Again, I said that we don't want to be a traditional company where we just lay off people and stuff like that. So we have post COVID, we see like we have a system in place that allows us to have global contractors and EORs and people. So we can scale according to our project and we can hire global talent. And this is something because of our hybrid work nature and remote first nature. So that helps us a lot. So as a client, you come to us and say, okay, I have a bug to fix, or you want a full blockbuster app that needs dozens of people to work on. So we can handle all and very, very efficiently. We can deliver fast without compromising quality. And obviously, every client wants speed. They want results like yesterday. So traditional companies usually take 6 to 12 months with layers of management and the discipline they have and the culture they have. But we are lean, we are a hybrid, and that eliminates the other, not the bureaucracy, I can say, but more like the old fashioned culture, deep hierarchies and operating at the pace that actually challenges the speed. So continuously improving the system as the client grows. So that's how these two things are how you can say that these two were the challenges, but obviously, every challenge has its own journey, and we love how we overcome this. And we did it in a modern way, more lean way, more post-COVID, and more modern times way, instead of just following the pattern of old companies. That was the hardest part. And it wasn't building the technology, it was these processes and keeping things lean, clean, and automated.
Thank you. Great insight. And on the client side, do clients always understand what transformation really requires?
Yeah, so founders are really smart, I believe, especially since they have ChatGPT, Cloud, and all the tools. So honestly, old habits when clients really don't understand what is required, and that was previously totally normal. So I think they now already understand everything, and that's a good thing. Again, I said that's how we differentiate with other companies because we understand the time has changed and clients have more understanding now. They are not like old fashioned clients anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, any moment where the team had
Yeah.
to seriously regroup or reset?
Actually, every real company goes through such moments when they have to pause and they have to, regroup and reset. Janadala has a very nice book, Hit Refresh, when he joined Microsoft as the CEO of the company. But for us, one of the reset movements, if I recall, It was when we realized that we were trying to do much with too few people, and the market had changed faster than we expected. Again, I think we were delivering good work, but not in the most efficient way. So again, as the name of our company evolved, so clients' needs were evolving, AI was accelerating, and we had to rethink how we operate. So I think overall, the post-COVID reality forced us to reset, and that was a lesson we learned. And because of that, we lost a major client also. But the most important reset was like back to the first principle we have. The company we established, our mission, our vision was to like evolve and like dashes. So you just evolve and take a pause and evolve, dash, dash, dash. So now we ask ourselves tough questions. That was our first principle. That to stay evolved, we ask like what the clients really need today. So we ask such questions with us, and what are we uniquely good at? So we ask questions like that. And the biggest question we ask every day is like how we can deliver faster than the big consultancy traditional firms out there, and how we can build a culture, something. And we think global. As I said, that the reason we were remote first and hybrid was because of the global nature of our company. So we think about this, that how we can build a culture that thrives globally. So you see, these things weren't there in the old traditional companies. And again, with the AI, we want to see every day. We think about this, that how we can use AI to give us an advantage. So these are our core principles. And whenever we face the question that how we can regroup ourselves or how we can reset, so the first question we ask are like, again, that are we back to our principles? That what clients need is how AI give us advantage and how we can thrive globally. We have the lean operations, we have distributed talent, and we are covering the modern engineering, and we have the founder first thinking, product first thinking. So these are our basic principles. And that reset actually doesn't feel that hard then. And I think reset is something, it's a good thing that can happen to any company, and including us. Yes. And because it results into a stronger and sharper company.
Yeah, yeah, probably at time. A great answer. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, then what's next for EvolveDash over the next 12 to 18 months?
Yeah. So eventually, again, what you have covered is like the regrouping phase and how we find our own unique identity in the world of dozens of other companies, including the big companies. So, we believe, according to our basic principle, in the next 12 to 18 months, if we want to go further, to transform further, evolve further, we need to expand deeply into the AI and automation platforms. So that includes the AI copilots we've been developing and AI reporting, AI recommendation, predictive systems. So predictive AI-based smart alerts, automations. So we want our company to provide platforms that feel like digital always outsmart the industry standards. And secondly, we want to further scale our global footprint. And we already have our engineering services across North America. And we have proven that our lean, our global, our hybrid system works. And we want to double down that. And I think we will try to scale to the European market and yeah, with the global, expansion, scaling. So the talent is actually the next question mark. That we are able to hire people as full time or contractual as EOR. So strengthening our hiring, our global talent model again, which is something modern companies are doing. So have Voldash to have flexibility and quality. Again, that traditional companies cannot match. So for that, we need this global talent model as well. We want the best engineers no matter where they live. And further on, I think some compliances or partnerships, yeah, so something like that. So that will be the north star of our vision. So these are the things we believe, and we will just try to like stay lean doing all this. No bloating, just results here.
Okay, yeah, wonderful. Then you You want to double down on tech? Any new platform tools you want to expand service stack that you mentioned? A new platform, maybe?
Yeah. So I think the AI operational co-pilot, I believe the AI thing could be a new platform. You can treat that as a new platform because AI actually it's not just. I mean, it's not just a team member or it's not just sitting on top of operation data. It's like a complete platform, and I believe AI would be the version we would try to include and try to make ourselves an identity in that field.
You mentioned team growth as well. Obviously, client count, I have no doubt. What about global reach? Where would you like to explore? What market?
Yeah. So we already have the Middle East market and North America market. Like we have already captured that we have a great clients from both of these markets, especially from Canada, US, and UAE and the Gulf region, because we have a big team in Pakistan. So that's like in the Greater Middle East area. So I think my answer would be to include Europe. Europe has very strict, they have the GDPR and other compliances. So to reach at the European markets, that counts a lot of money. You need a very high caliber team. And again, we have the elite teams outperforming big imploded teams. But today, I think we need, as we grow there on the European market, we need to be careful, not just mine. So that would be the next market. Other than that, Southeast Asia could be the next target. We have seen the culture in the Singapore side and the Malaysia side, but they have a lot of talent already there. So I think across North America and across Europe and across Middle East should be our next target for the 12 to 8 months to cover and to expand. Again, because of our global hiring model, I think we can have great teams remotely or full time. I think we have the ability, and we will try to deliver products faster there than the traditional firms, the European and other companies are providing there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's wonderful. Then you have worked across tech, design, product strategies.
Yeah.
If you could give one piece of advice to funders starting their digital transformation journey today, what would it be?
Yeah, so that is very important. And I think most of the clients we work with who come to us is the advice I want to give is that they need to love the problem, not the solution. So, this kind of mentality that, okay, I want this system and that will be an excellent system and I have a great idea. And if I do that, then I will be the next Elon Musk or, so this thing that my idea is the best idea or the solution I am gonna give would be the best. You need to understand that you love your solution because you built it. You have this idea because you thought about it. But do you even understand like the problem? What problem is gonna solve and target audience and the market where you're gonna launch the product. So the basic four P's of sales, like the product, price, and the placement. So you need to take care of these things as well. Most of the time, founders, the product owners, the founders with the products, they just they just don't love the problem. They just love your own solution, and this gives them overconfidence, and that is the reason most startups fail. Most of our clients failed. And it's not because the founders weren't talented. They went to the best schools out there, but they failed because they fell in love with with their idea, not with the problem. Because ideas, I think ideas aren't worth much. The ideas are cheap. Solutions can change, and even the technology can evolve. Today is AI, tomorrow is quantum computing or anything. But the pain people feel, and you need to when you need to be curious about that, and that's how you make great products out there. And tech moves really fast today. Today is AI, today is React, today is Swift. Next year is maybe, the VR headsets or something like XR headsets. So if you just to try to very emotionally attach with your choice, and then you get stuck. So you need to love the problem, and You need to see what tech solves it. Even it means throwing out months of work. So great engineering never guarantees success. It's not about fancy stacks, fancy AI tech, fancy mobile apps. It's more about alignment with the problem. Only then you can see the great success. Even with the best engineering team, you can fail. So you need to align with the problem, with the people, with the market. Yeah.
That's great. Great words. Thank you, Khunshan. It was thank you so much for giving us the inside view into how Evolve is helping companies design better, build smarter, and grow faster. You're definitely delivering the type of transformation most companies say just want,
Oh,
but rarely execute. No, it makes a lot of sense. Um, where do people can find you and your team, if for any question and learn?
yeah. Thank you, Lauren. And I'm always here for you and for the people who are listening. You can go to our website. That's evolve-dash.
Wonderful. That was a great conversation, Khunshan. Thank you so much for your time. And definitely we'll have the opportunity to do maybe another one in a year from now and see how you evaluate and evaluate. That would be nice. That would be nice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And that's it for today's episode of AI Interconnect. And if you enjoy it, share it with someone who is building the future, or better yet, someone who should be. And until next time, stay curious, stay creative, and keep building. Thank you. Bye bye, Kushan.